This is the first time I've been here. I listen to you all the time, and it's good to be with my peeps.
Yeah. We don't want to hurt your feelings or theirs, but you can't count on them. Don't calibrate to them.
No.
But we know manifestations are nice, aren't they? Just don't get carried away with it. There's a lot of diversity. Everybody in this room doesn't want exactly what you want or believe exactly what you believe. You don't come into clusters to join your peeps. You came into your billions of peeps experience knowing the diversity that would give you the latitude and the ability to choose from among it what you prefer. Diversity is such a good thing. Yeah, it's all right. See how powerful you are? Everything's vibrational, isn't it? Everything's about bandwidth. So actually everything's about batteries. But the batteries are necessary for the bandwidth, yes. So this transmitter stopped transmitting to the receivers. Yeah? See how powerful you are? Don't ever do that again. No. May we have those? Keep these as a souvenir.
I have a couple layers to my question.
Yeah.
And I purchased a company last year. May 31st will be 1 year. It's a dream come true. It is, it's a manifestation.
It's a piece of the stream. Don't make it a dream come true. That's like extracting it and now there's an empty hole where it was. You just found a way to get your batteries right so that you could receive right. You just got the things lined up, but it's not a dream come true. It's evidence of dreams always coming true, of more and more and more coming true.
So with that being said, that's how I feel. My mother used to tell me when I was little, your whole job in life is to spread light and joy.
Yeah.
It's just to, I've bumped up against adversity with that. In a corporate world, people telling me you're too nice, you're too this, and I just always knew that's ridiculous. And now having the opportunity to own this company, I have this, I think to myself, live in your vision, not your reality. I have a director of finance that shows me, you're in the red, you're spending too much, you're hiring too many people. And I try to stay out of that thought process entirely and just know what it is that I'm building.
When you think about business, when you think about money, when you think about in and out, income and outgo, the word balance comes to mind. Everything in all of the universe is about balance. And there are lots of ways to think about balance. If you breathe in and in and in and you don't ever breathe out, you're going to pass out. And if you breathe out and out and out and out and out and you never breathe in, you're going to pass out too. There's a balance in that is annoyingly, ridiculously simple, but you all know that to be true. If money comes in and in and in and in and you don't express any of it out, there's an imbalance. As you express it out, then more comes in. If you express it out in an attitude of it coming in, not extracting it and being done with it, but understanding that it is a constant stream. And so you have such confidence in knowing about the stream that you're constantly pointing your stream at something. Do you know that when you constantly point your stream at something, the stream is self-fulfilling, is self-rejuvenating when you have something that you're pointing your stream at? But when your eye is on the stream and its depletion, then it depletes. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
That's another kind of balance. When you're in your physical body, when you are standing still, there is more required for your balance. More of your muscles and tendons and bones and frames and your built-in cellular gyroscope helps you to maintain your balance. But when you're moving or running or walking, your balance is more easily achieved because you know where you're going and everything is moving forward with you. You're not teetering. And so there are all kinds of balance. What we've been talking about here in these hours is this energetic balance, this balance between the source energy part of you and the physical part of you. And when that's out of balance, negative emotion is your first manifestation that shows you that you're out of balance. But in an attitude of no negative emotion, you can know that you are in balance. The thing is, people keep thinking that they have to find the balance so that they can feel good. No, you feel good and that maintains the balance. Does that make sense to you? In other words, it's so hard to be a human and not to have it backwards because you're used to reacting to things or to seeing manifestations and assuming that this was the reason for that, justifying what happened. But when you get that turned around and you understand that you are an extension of source energy and that you came knowing that you had open access to source energy and you knew that you had access to the energy that creates worlds that would flow through you toward your satisfaction. You also knew that if you summoned energy and you didn't let it in, and that's what it feels like when you're feeling doubt or fear or greed or guilt. And so as you seek balance, which means, hey, I just feel good. My business enlivens me. It thrills me. More ideas are coming. And as I take action on those ideas, the evidence
shows up.
And quick. And quick. So what's your question?
I don't know that it's a question. It is for this, where I am right now in my life. I feel so confident.
So you're not going to ask us for any validation, right?
Yes, I am.
No, see?
That's
the rub right there. In other words,
know. And I don't feel like
it can't be both ways.
I don't feel like I need it. That's the question. I guess that is the question.
Well, that is the question, because if you got that confidence, then you don't need it.
Yes.
If you got some doubt or worry, then you're asking for some validation. But what manifests will validate right where you are. And it doesn't validate where you'll always be, or that you're right or that you're wrong. It just validates your relationship with the stream. That's all. When abundance flows to you and through you, all it does is validate your relationship with the stream. Well, what kinds of feelings would encourage that kind of validation with the stream? I'm having a good time. Others are too. And we are co-creating in value and in fun together. And it's more. It's not more, less. The stream flows steadily. The only thing that turns the valve on and off is your thoughts that cause the turning of the valve on and off. And if you know that the valve is always open and that there's just the right amount to flow, you see, this stream will not be bigger than you have extended it. It won't overwhelm you. You can't be tuned in to source energy and be out of balance financially. You can't be tuned into source energy. Your inner being won't give you more than you are ready to handle, than you are ready to express. So how do you know that you're in vibrational, financial alignment with your inner being and all that it knows? You're just having a really wonderful time. It's just way fun. And new ideas keep coming, and new people keep coming, and new people come with new ideas. And you can feel the resonance of a really good idea every single time. And you can tell when their ideas are coming from lack or from their self-serving, which is all right. Everyone is self-serving. But you can tell when they're self-serving them and what they're serving isn't serving you. You can feel it every single time.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
Something more. It's going good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if validation is the right word. I feel like my whole life I just hover.
You know what validates your alignment? How it unfolds. Our friend heard something, it felt right to him. Weird, but it felt right to him. And then a couple of things happened right away that were a vibrational match to what he felt. And so manifestations always validate. That's why we like to talk about thoughts turning to things. Your thoughts do turn to things.
So what I'm seeing is that when I ignore, basically, words or whatever exterior doesn't feel good.
Like what?
Like a director of finance saying, this first quarter we're in the red. And I go, but I have this magic credit card and every month I seem to be able to pay the bill. And she laughs at me. She's like, I said, I don't want to subscribe to I'm not going to subscribe to that thought process because I know where we're going. I know how big this is going to be. I know it with every cell of my being.
This person may not be ready to hear this, but you are.
Yes.
When you say, I'm operating in the red right now, what you're saying is, I'm having a step one moment. And I've asked for something that I'm not in alignment with yet, but I did step one. So do you know what your inner being is? It's that smashed credit card. Your inner being is that infinite currency. When you ask, it is given. How do you explain that in terms of unending abundance that is available to you? Now you can pinch yourself off from it by saying, I'm in the red and I'm doing something wrong and I need to cut back and I need to stop doing this. But when you feel confident in it, then you're not out of sync with it. The vibrational frequency of a question is very different than the vibrational frequency of an answer. The vibrational frequency of a problem is very different than the vibrational frequency of the solution. So vibrational frequency of being in the red for a minute is very different from the vibrational frequency of plenty of money flowing in. So attention to deficit doesn't allow the abundance that is there. That's why it feels so off to you. Say to this person, I've been around for a while and I've done a lot of research over my time, and it seems to me, am I not right about this? Say to her, that the people who have the most extraordinary businesses were the very ones that had the most extraordinary debt. They had dreams that were bigger than their current flow. But the only thing that mattered is the dream, because that's what accesses the currency. It's like saying to you, how dare you have a question? You should have the answer before you ask that question. We're very disappointed in you that you ask a question that you didn't have the answer to. You're in the red. You're in the red. You got a problem and the solution hasn't shown it to you. You're in the red. That's not how it works. You got to be there, because by lifting that end of the stick, you lifted the other end of the stick. And just because it's not in the bank where she can see it and call it black instead of red doesn't mean that it's not life force in the corn that's going to come. Should be the same person who would say, I know you planted a big crop, but I don't see anything. You're in the red. No, I got acres and acres and acres and acres and acres. There's acres and acres and acres. I don't see them. I don't see them. How much to spend on those seeds? You're in the red. How much to spend on those tractors and those seeds and all those people that planted it? You're in the red. I'm worried about you. Well, give it a minute.
Yes.
Give it a minute.
Every time she says it, I just crack up. I go, don't worry, Rita. It's coming. It's there. Trust me. I know you can't see it, but it's there.
Well, anybody that is oriented that way, you want this to happen. Or this. But if it keeps being this way, you can't go that way. So if you keep knowing this and you keep knowing this, and the thing is, often the evidence of it will convince another person, but don't work too hard to get somebody that really believes in the red to understand that you know that you have access to infinite resources. You got to know that. And as you listen to every successful person that ever had a dream come true, they will tell you to a person, I just knew it. I didn't have any evidence of it. Or they'll tell you, my mother believed in me. She took me to all the basketball games in the neighborhood. In other words, there was a very strong belief going on in the absence of any real evidence to believe about it. If you need the evidence to believe about something before the evidence of it comes, you're really in trouble. You're really in trouble. That's like not believing in life force, and not believing in the seed, or not believing in non-physical, or not believing in your inner being, or not believing in the worthiness of who you are, not believing that that's why you came into this physical experience, or not believing that you are an extension of source energy, or not believing that this is planet Earth with time and space where you've come in order to create your own reality. Be like not believing that, and that's madness not to believe that. Everything around you supports that.
It does.
Yeah.
Is there something that I get the opportunity to sit before you that you want to share with me?
Just all that. Just all
Other
that.
than that.
Just trust yourself. Trust yourself, because you know, you have said this about yourself on many occasions. You have a gut instinct.
Yes.
And it has never, ever steered you wrong.
Ever.
And never will. And so you don't want somebody telling you that you're in the red and you need to do something about it to be the person that is guiding the ship for a while. Just say to them, I know you mean well, but get away from me. I know you mean well, but I don't need your negative juju. I know you mean well, but. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is not a democracy. This is me knowing what I want, and I'm not taking a vote from everyone, because you've got bandwidths that you don't even know that you've got that are messing with my bandwidth and my inner being's bandwidth, and we're going to do this. We are doing this. The evidence is huge. This is what's happening. This is the trajectory. This is the momentum. This is the inertia. This is where we're going. What you're saying makes no sense to me, and I don't want to hear about it.